A man finds a chained figure in an abandoned cellar. Freeing it might unleash something worse. David had always been drawn to the idea of living in a secluded place. After years of working in a bustling city, he decided to buy an old abandoned farmhouse on the outskirts of a small, quiet town. The property had been untouched for decades, and its weathered exterior whispered of forgotten time. The locals spoke little about the place, only mentioning that it was cursed, though David, a man of logic, dismissed such tales as mere superstition. He saw the house as a chance for a fresh start, a retreat from his hectic life. He pictured long, peaceful days in solitude, surrounded by nature. But the moment he signed the papers and stepped onto the ground, something in the air felt different. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched, that something wasn't right. Despite these odd sensations, David pushed them aside, eager to make the house his own. As David explored the house, searching for signs of life beneath the dust and cobwebs, he came across the cellar door. It was hidden beneath a floorboard, unnoticed for years, and curiosity pushed him to open it. The air in the cellar was thick with dampness. The smell of decay was overpowering. He fumbled with the creaky light switch and cast a beam across the room. His eyes fell upon a figure sitting on the cold stone floor, slumped against the wall. The man was covered in rags, his skin pale and gaunt, his eyes hollow and full of terror. His hands were shackled to the stone, chains worn by time, still solid. David froze, a shiver running down his spine. He had never seen anything like this before. Was this man some sort of prisoner, abandoned here by previous owners? David couldn't understand why anyone would leave someone to rot in such a place. The figure slowly raised his head, his eyes catching the faint light. His voice, a hoarse whisper, barely rose above the sound of the dripping water in the corner. "Leave free," he rasped, his words slow and labored, as if the act of speaking took everything out of him. His eyes locked with David's, pleading. You don't understand. You have to help me. It's not what it seems. Please." Desperation in his voice sent a chill down David's spine. He stepped closer, his mind racing with questions. Who was this man? How long had he been down here? And most importantly, why was he chained to the wall? Whispers continued, a mixture of pain and pleading. "It's been so long. Please release me." David felt an uncomfortable mix of pity and fear, unsure whether to trust the man's words. As David approached, he noticed something strange about the chain. There was no rust or wear despite their age. They gleamed unnaturally in the dim light, as though untouched by time. The links were cold to the touch, sending a strange vibration through his fingertips when he brushed against them. The air around them felt oppressive, as if the very atmosphere was clinging to the chain, refusing to let go. David's breath came in short gasps, his mind swirling with unease. There was something about this place that felt wrong. The shadows seemed to shift around him, and an unnatural chill filled the cellar. He looked at the man, who seemed to be struggling, a mix of fear and something darker in his eyes. "You don't understand," the man whispered again, his voice trembling. "These chains, they were forged for a reason. If you free me, it will be the end." David was starting to question his own sanity. "What do you mean? Why are you here? Who are you?" he demanded. The man's eyes flickered with a strange light, and for a moment, the pitiful figure before him seemed to shift. His form twisted subtly, as though he was wearing an illusion. The man's voice deepened, his whispers becoming more like growling. "I am not what I seem," he muttered. "I am not a man." The chains rattled with a sound that sent David's heart racing. The air around them grew colder still, the space feeling almost suffocating. "I am a creature of darkness, cursed to remain here for eternity. The chains keep me bound. They were forged by ancient rituals designed to imprison me, to contain the terror I bring." David stepped back, his mind reeling from what he was hearing. He couldn't believe it. Was this creature truly what it claimed to be? Was it some kind of demon, trapped here by people long gone? The idea seemed absurd, but the fear in the air made him hesitate. The creature's form flickered again, its voice growing more insistent. "If you free me, chaos will reign, death will follow, and none will escape the terror I bring. The chains were not just to hold me, they were to protect this town from what lies inside me." David's chest tight. The creature's warning was clear and terrifying, but there was something about it, something in its voice, that made him doubt its sincerity. Was it trying to scare him into keeping it trapped, or was it telling the truth? Swallowed hard, trying to calm his racing heart. "Why should I believe you?" David asked, his voice shaking despite his best efforts to remain calm. The creature's eyes flashed with an ancient malice. "Because you will see see. If you release me, you will learn the cost of your choice. David felt the weight of the words settle on his shoulders like a dark cloud. He didn't know what to think, but the urge to help, to free the figure from its chains, was strong. Despite the creature's warnings, David couldn't shake the feeling that he had to release it. The chains were ancient, perhaps beyond the reach of any real power. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for whatever came next. "I'll set you free," he said, his voice steady but filled with uncertainty. He reached down and fumbled with the ancient chains, his hands trembling as he worked to undo the links. The creature's eyes glinted with something far darker than fear now. It was anticipation. With one final pull, the chains fell away, and for a moment, everything was still. The silence in the cellar was deafening, and David stood there, waiting. He expected some kind of release, a sigh, a groan, but instead, the air grew colder, heavier, and the creature's form seemed to grow larger, more threatening. As the last of the chains fell to the floor, the creature's form began to shift and change. Its once human appearance morphed, growing taller and more grotesque. The skin stretched and cracked, revealing deep, unnatural red veins beneath. Its eyes glowed with an eerie light, filled with a hatred that sent a chill to David's core. Its hands lengthened, claws growing from its fingers, scraping against the stone floor. The creature let out a low, guttural growl as its monstrous shape fully emerged from the rags and chains. It towered over David now, its breath hot and foul, and a deep, echoing voice rumbled in the air. "You fool!" it snarled, its voice a mixture of triumph and malice. "You have released me, and now you will suffer." With a burst of speed and strength, the creature broke free from the cellar, its monstrous form moving through the house like a shadow. The walls shook as it passed, and David, paralyzed by fear, could do nothing but watch. The creature's roar echoed through the house, sending the animals into a frenzy. As it burst through the door, the town below began to experience the wrath of its release. Fires ignited spontaneously, trees were torn from their roots, and screams filled the air. People fled in terror, but no matter where they ran, the creature followed, unstoppable and relentless. David, now fully aware of the devastation he had just unleashed, felt a wave of guilt and terror wash over him. He had freed it, and now the town, perhaps the world, would pay the price. Realizing the consequences of his actions, David knew he had to do something. He could no longer stand by and let the creature destroy everything. The town, his new life, all of it would be lost. He gathered his courage and chased after the beast, following its destructive path. Armed with nothing but his will and a desperate need to make things right, David hunted the creature through the night. It was a battle of wits and strength, with David narrowly escaping the creature's wrath at every turn. In the end, it was a choice between facing the beast head-on and sacrificing himself to stop it, or running away and condemning the world to endless destruction. David E.'s choice would determine not only his fate, but the future of the town, and perhaps the world itself. If you enjoyed this spine-chilling tale of terror, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more horror stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. What would you do if you were in David's shoes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.